good afternoon folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, and back with you again. Before we start, just a couple of things I need to say. Firstly, my sincere apologies for not putting any videos out for the last month or so. It's been a tough time for me from October the 5th, when I had my COVID and flu vaccination. For the first time in about 6 vaccinations I had a reaction which put me out of commission for a while, and then I caught an infection from my son which really hit me hard and just knocked me sideways completely. So I've literally been out of action. I managed my first flight yesterday after literally a month nearly. I'm on the mend. It's still there almost, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So here I am attempting to make this first video, which is better late than never. So once again, my sincere apologies, and thank you to those people who sent me get well messages, and for most of you who've stood by me during this delay. I really appreciate that. Second thing to talk about, you may or may not have heard about Beautiful Model of the World, or BMOTW as they're sometimes known, and AMSIM. They put out a lot of sceneries, a few of which I've reviewed. It's come to light that the owner of Beautiful Model of the World has been pirating software and uploading it to free sites and various other things. Lots of evidence about this, unfortunately. So at this point I need to say that I will no longer be reviewing or purchasing that vendor's products. It's a real pity. The work was pretty good, but I'm here to support developers who do the work on our behalf and give us such wonderful sceneries. I do not support those people who plagiarize other people's sceneries or just take sceneries and upload them elsewhere and pirate them. That's something I am not happy with. I'm deadly against. And so even companies like Flightbeam, where I bought a number of sceneries, they make some wonderful sceneries. I'm not the greatest fan of the management team on that development, but the scenery products are good, and there's no way they should be pirated. And there's lots of evidence to the effect that Beautiful Model of the World has done that. So for the moment, at least until evidence to the contrary or any changes, I apologise, I will not be reviewing Beautiful Model of the World sceneries until further notice. Let me also make clear that this is not levelled at AMSIM. AMSIM is the other developer that collaborated with Beautiful Model of the World on many occasions to produce some of the sceneries we've seen, which are quite good. AMSIM, so far as I can see, have not been implicated in this, so they stand perfectly okay. Right, so let's get that out of the way. Let's get into this video, which I'm hoping to get out today. First one this week after nearly a month or so. So where are we? We're in Portugal, and we're on the island of Madeira. This is Madeira Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport in Portugal, on the island of Madeira. It's Lima Papa Mike Alpha. This is a new payware scenery by Atelic. This is currently version 1, the release version for Flight Sim 2020. The download comes in at 1.6 gig and it installs at just over 4 gig. It's available from Simmarket and the INIBUILDS Store. I'll give you the Simmarket price. It's currently €24.78, which equates to roughly $26.85 US, or £20.85 UK. The US and UK prices, as ever, are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax and VAT, which may vary depending on your country and purchase. A couple of things also to note. As of November the 14th, the date of this video, this product is on sale at both Simmarket and INIBUILDS. Currently it looks like INIBUILDS is the cheapest. It's currently selling for £12.90, which comes in at €15.50. Which is quite a significant drop in the price, while at Simmarket it's available for €18.59, which is for just over £15. So it's quite a big discount available depending on where you want to buy it, and obviously the tax will vary depending on where you buy, from which country you're in when you purchase it. But some nice discounts for what looks to be quite a good scenery, to be honest. The other important thing to tell you is you need to disable or delete the default Madeira Lpma scenery. In Microsoft it's quite easy to do. Go into the content manager, do a search, and you'll see the Asobo version alongside the one you've installed, and you just simply delete the Asobo version. And for those of you who have the vessel's Madeira scenery, that also needs to be deleted or removed for this product to work. So there you go. Now let's look at features. So features, we've got a handcrafted airport area, high definition terrain, up-to-date ground layout, a full terminal interior, custom vehicles, accurate runway slope, enhanced nightlife, custom placed buildings on the hill, animated elements. You've got ground traffic, go-karts, windsock flags, etc. You've got the lead-in lighting system, often known as the rabbits, detailed runway bridge structure, which is at the other end, we'll see that in a minute, sports complex under the runway, roads in the vicinity of the airport, Canical Port, Santa Cruz Village, detailed models on the runway 05 approach path, the Hotel Villa Gile, for example, Gile buildings, and the Aqua Parque Madeira, etc. Custom vegetation, and of course you've got the statue of the famous footballer Cristiano Ronaldo, after whom the airport is now named. So that was features for you. Quite an extensive project here, which looks really good even from this view. So now let's go and have a look at some history. Okay, history for you then. Madeira Airport, informally known as both Funchal and Santa Catarina Airport, Lima Papa Mike Alpha, and now officially known as Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport, is a public use international airport owned by the Vinci Group and operated by ANA Aeroportos de Portugal. It's located in the civil parish of Santa Cruz in the Portuguese archipelago and autonomous region of Madeira. The airport is to be found some 8.2 miles or 13.2 kilometres east-northeast of the regional capital Funchal, after which it is sometimes informally named. It mostly hosts flights to the European metropolitan destinations due to Madeira's importance as a leisure destination, and is pivotal in the movement of cargo in and out of the archipelago of Madeira. It is the fourth busiest airport in Portugal and was named after the popular footballer and Madeiran native Cristiano Ronaldo, considered one of the greatest footballers of all time. During its renaming ceremony in 2017, the airport drew media notoriety for an infamous bust of Ronaldo, unveiled at the ceremony and now replaced. The airport is considered to be one of the most perilous airports in the world to operate into and out of due to its location and its spectacular runway construction. The History Channel programme Most Extreme Airports ranked it as the 9th most dangerous airport in the world and the 3rd most dangerous in Europe. Pilots must undergo additional training to land at the airport and be certified to operate as pilot in command. This is a captain's only landing airport. Madeira Airport is a geographically unusual airport as it's perched on a foreland jutting out to sea. At the end of runway 05 there lie hills and cliffs which make a direct ILS approach and landing pretty much impossible. Instead, aircraft have to do a visual approach which involves flying around the airport and then circling in a 180-degree turn before lining up on a very short final approach. Madeira Airport was officially opened on the 7th of July 1964 with a single 5,200 foot runway, or a 1,600 metre runway. In 1972, the popularity of visiting the island of Madeira increased, so the runway was extended to allow modern and larger aircraft to land. Considered to be the so-called Kai-Tak of Europe because of its singular approach to runway 05, the decision was made to extend the existing runway instead of building a new one. Runway was extended to 5,900 feet or 1,800 metres, with the extension inaugurated on the 1st of February 1986 by the then President of the Portuguese Republic, Antonio Ramalho Enes. In the meantime, a new terminal was built at the airport in 1973, handling 500,000 passengers. However, as demand for tourism continued to grow, the runway was extended further, resulting in the heading of the runway being slightly adjusted and the designation being changed to 0523. The newly extended runway, now 9,124 feet or 2,781 metres, and the long and terminal area was inaugurated on the 6th of October 2002. And to mark the occasion, an Air Atlanta Icelandic Boeing 747-200 landed at the airport. Although this was a rare event, some TAP Air Portugal flights on the Lisbon-Caracas-Lisbon route used to have scheduled stops at Madeira with the Airbus A330-200 wide-bodied aircraft. In 2016, the airport was renamed Madeira Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport in honour of the famous Madeira native football player Cristiano Ronaldo. The rebranded terminal was unveiled on the 29th of March 2017, with a bust of Ronaldo also being presented. So there you go, that's a reasonably extensive history. This place has undergone some changes, particularly to the runway. Now let's have a look at the runway situation itself in detail. Okay, so runways. Madeira Airport operates a single runway, 2305, measuring 9,124 feet or 2,781 metres, and it's made from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 191 feet or 58 metres and sits within the GMT UTC time zone. Now, Portugal does indeed observe daylight saving time, or DST, and now, with both the Portugal and the UK having returned to normal GMT time, Madeira is currently on the same time as the UK, as is most of Portugal. So we'll start by looking at what some might call the uninteresting end. This is runway 23, which features runway lighting, centerline lighting, approach lighting system, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators on the left side. And from what I can see here, we got it all right. Here are the approach lighting. You can just see the touchdown zone lighting. There's the center line, Pappies are on the left, and they have basic runway lighting. It's not high intensity, it's just runway lighting here, which is quite normal. So that all looks pretty good. So approaches available for runway TV, well, you have RNP visual approach and an RNP-B approach. You also have a VOR approach, a VOR circling and VOR visual approach options all on the charts. So all looking pretty good at the moment. So let's dive down the other end, have a look at runway 05, which is what most people find quite interesting and quite difficult about this airport. So here we are looking down the end of runway 05, which features runway lighting as per the other end, centerline lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, which is listed on the chart, but to be honest I can't really see where that is. The lighting looks to be pretty much about the same as it is at the other end. But you've also got touchdown zone lighting, you've got the lead-in lighting system, which is here, and precision approach path indicators. This time you have them on both sides, mainly because of the difficulty of this approach. So this is all good. So approaches available for 05, you have RNP, YZ and visual approach options. You've also got VOR, initial and final circling approach options, as well as a VOR visual approach option too. So they're all there, it's all pretty good, this looks pretty realistic. I can't see any issues with the runways. And before we go, just thought I'd show you this shot. Here's runway 05 threshold. Here's the road bridge just below it, and here you can see the type of terrain here that you have to be aware of when you manage this approach. You've got to really sort of hug the side of the cliffs, but not too close, and line up with the runway pretty much right at the death almost. You get a lot of wind coming down off here. Sometimes there's wind shear, but it gets pretty windy off these cliffs, which is what makes this approach quite challenging. So no jetways at this airport, so let's get on with the main tour, bring it back to daylight, and let's have a look and see what this scenery's got. Okay, so we're going to start at the runway 05 end and do an airside tour, and I just thought we'd start from here so you can have a look at the way that they've done this scenery. They really have worked quite hard on the terraforming and the way this generally looks. I've seen many videos of approaches going into Madeira, and to be honest, this looks pretty real. Also note some of the other Madeira sceneries that are out, mainly even the payware ones, have had issues with water going up and down the hills here, and there is a water fix available for those of you who don't use this scenery but who have this problem with other sceneries. But as we can see from here, it's all beautifully modelled, none of these water issues. I've got everything switched on, as you can see, which is why we probably going to get a little bit of judders as we go along. But here you've got your traffic moving along the road just as it should. And again, you've got this built up plinth here upon which the runway approach threshold stands, all just as it is in the real world. Animated flags down there, I mean, it all looks pretty impressive. So let's have a close look. We're going down a little bit lower, just have a look at what we've got here. I mean, there's been no attention to detail spared here. Even got the little boats down there in that little harbour, and look at the concrete. Cars are going down the road and on the correct side of the road as well. It looks really good. Can't wait to see this at night. So we're coming along airside. There's the 0.5 threshold with the turning area, and the modelling is top notch. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of juddering, but then I've got everything turned up so you can see it. There's the flag, fuel farm down to the right, cargo centre there, and you've even got the little security gate down there. Look, very impressive. I like this, I really do. This is probably one of the better ones for me. So there's my aircraft parked on Alpha 6. So let's have a little slow pass looking at the terminals and the parking area. And the ramp looks good. You've got the appropriate oil stains here and there. Lots of detail. All the equipment properly in the safe parking zones, which is good, so no stairs to worry about when you're trying to maneuver the tug. That looks great. From here it looks lovely. And you've got the aircraft ground markings as well on the taxi lines. There's the airport sign with a picture of Mr. Ronaldo himself. And there you can see animated flags landside, which we'll look at in a second. And we continue to the northern end of the ramp. As you can see, lots of equipment, pretty much all parked where it should be. Gives a little bit of life. Ignore the FSLTL aircraft parked there, although we can get a 330 in here, as has been mentioned in the history. And as we pass out landside here towards the area behind the runway, as you can see, no expense spared here. Detail's good, texturing and modelling is excellent. Road signs down there as well. And then here, the other end of the runway, you've got this unique feature where they've extended the runway, all done on plinths. And again, it looks just as it does in the real world from the many videos I have seen. And down there you've got little harbour. And that's great. I mean, it looks nice. It really does. And they've captured the way this has been built really well. And you can see all the little boats that have been stuck there. And various little intricate bits and pieces, all part of the scenery. It's really impressive. And there we go over the far distant end of the runway 23 threshold. And this all looks pretty good. Even close up, the terrain, the trees. Modelling is excellent. And as you go round the corner, there's the road as well, all properly 3D modelled. And here you've got the harbour and much more to explore. So let's have a look at landside. Lots of objects and things here for you to see, as you can see down there, animated flags. I love the way the vehicles are going down the road. They're actually going down in the correct lanes on the right side of the road. So here's landside. To the right there you can see the departures level. There's a single bus there. I'd like to see the scenery optimised a bit, to be honest. But other than that, I mean, visually it looks fantastic. Notice the buses, all the ones that you'd expect at this airport, all nicely modelled and textured, and they all look pretty impressive. The cars are in their slots, can't see any misaligned vehicles, and lots of 3D modelling that really works, in my opinion. Down there you can see even the road signs have been done. Love the little palm trees. Very nice indeed. There you've got a car park complete with barriers. And also various bits and pieces landside here to add to the illusion, as it were. Very, very nice. There's the cargo area. And you've got the fuel farm there in the distance. Okay, so let's a close look at the stand where we're parked. Here's my Airbus A320, the Phoenix. Okay, so we're not quite on the A319-320 mark, which is here. I actually spawned direct from the menu, and we're back a little bit. But not certain that it really matters. We've got no jetways to worry about here. What I might do in a minute, as you'll probably see in a minute, I will institute a little bit of video showing you the stairs from GSX, and you can see how that works. But again, top-notch modelling. Here are the safe areas marked by the red line. Lots of 3D road modelling here, and you've even got the vehicles all properly textured and done. So just a close-up look airside of the terminal. You can see various static figures. They all look to be pretty black. We'll have a look in a minute. And there's a good example of the roadways. Everything 3D, nice and sharp. Really, really good. So here's the view from the roof terrace, and here you can see the people. They've actually all got coats on, which is probably why they look pretty dark from the other side. But they're all pretty realistic. Can't see any animated ones, but no problem at all. And there's my aircraft parked on Alpha 6. There we are, looking in the other direction. Again, a few more people, all nicely wrapped up for the weather, although it's a beautiful day here. So here we're looking into the terminal building from airside, and you can see the detail in there. And there's the inside of that part of the building that we looked at. And here's another shot a little bit further north inside the building. There's the area we just looked at. And it looks really nice. Even close up, the figures look quite acceptable. Some beautiful murals on the wall there too. Once again, another view inside from outside airside there. You can see people sitting out. And another nice view inside the terminal. Lots of things for you to explore and have a look at. There's a control tower. Let's have a look inside. And here we are inside the control tower. We've got a couple of people. All pretty dark. Nothing on the screens. It's all fairly simplified. But it's modelled and it's there. It's great. So here we are landside looking into the terminal. I mean, from here it looks pretty sparse. You know, it would be nice to see sort of people getting out of taxis and stuff here, but you know, the scenery is already pretty frame heavy. I think it needs optimizing, but it's great. It looks really, you get a lot of bang for your buck here. especially now that it's discounted. There's a view looking the other way, and as you can see on the upper level there, you've got people. As we go inside, there you can see various levels of stairs, escalators, signage. All looks a little bit ghost-like because there's no people, but it's fine. It's really nicely modelled. A little look at the upper level here. Again, you've got the stairs going down there. It's great. The signage is good. The toilets there, look. And the attention to detail is another good feature of this product. Right down to the warning signs and the fire safety equipment. It looks great. And just a quick view looking up the escalators, which aren't animated, but they look quite good. There's a view looking landside on the lower level. I love it the way it's done. Plenty of taxis here. The roads and everything all 3D modelled. Look at the concrete markings here. And the trees are great. I love the way this has been done. You get animated flags in the distance there. And again, some nice attention to detail. Complete road signage here. Vehicles parked and various other advertising hoardings. It all looks pretty good, it really does. There you can see the passenger bridge that goes from the lower car park down here. You go up in an escalator and you can go straight across into the terminal. And again, good attention to detail, even the barriers are properly done. Cars are in their slots. There's quite a decent array of vehicles as well, nothing repeated too much. And there's a wider shot of landside. You know what, and we're always sort of complaining about traffic and stuff like that, and how it's all pretty unrealistic. But here you can see cars on the correct side of the road. They're maintaining the lanes. And they're pretty much at a reasonable speed. And it looks and sounds pretty real. It's probably as close as you can get. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen in terms of landside animations. It looks really good. And there's an overview for you. All looks pretty impressive. I like this a lot. So let's turn the lighting down now and have a look and see what this looks like at dusk. Okay, 4:05 in the afternoon. It's November the 14th, 2024, just so you guys can get a handle on the time. We're sort of winter now. Here you can see the lead-in lighting system that's flashing. That helps to guide you into runway 05. And here you can see the subtle lighting all around here. Can't see any asobo globes, and this is landside. All the lights work, giving the right amount of light in the right direction, and that's from this height, which is quite unusual. It's very nicely done. There we are looking in the other direction. Once again, all looks pretty impressive. Okay, while we're here, we get a chance to look at the runway and taxiway lighting. There you can see the windsock, and you've got the red lights marking the complete edge of the airport plinth itself. Centerline lighting continues off the runway as well. Blue airfield edge lights, which is excellent, just what you want. So as we make our way in towards the terminal, there you can see taxi signs, the stop bars there. And there you can also see the highlights, which light up the airside ramp area. So we'll tour the ramp slightly and see what it looks like close up. So it all looks pretty nice. Lighting looks really good, to be honest. Get a little bit closer. I mean, it looks really nice. There's no spurious lighting, it's all as it should be. And you'll notice the judders sort of calm down a bit the further away you get from the terminal. But it all looks pretty nice. So once again, close up of the ramp where we're parked. As you can see, the lighting's excellent, really no problems at all here. So just a close-up look at the terminal. It's fairly adequate lighting, certainly from outside. Quick look inside the departure lounge airside. You can see the lighting's fine inside, and it looks about right when viewed from the outside. A little view across the viewing area there with our people sitting. Another little view from airside looking at the control tower, which also has a bit of lighting inside. So here's a view landside, showing you the landside road system here, departures and the lower level. The airport sign is lit up over there. It's great, it's really good. The lighting's very subtle, it's not overdone. And no globes floating around, no spurious lighting. It all looks pretty impressive. Another quick view from ground level, and you can see into the terminal, and it looks quite impressive. It looks pretty good. And there's a further view looking further out towards the coast, landside. You've got the vehicles going down the road. Notice that we've got head and tail lights. It's really impressive. That's a good animation to get that right when we look at so many sceneries where the moving vehicles just don't work right. And there we are looking down the other end. You can also see in the distance there you've got the port that's all lit up ready for you to explore with a helicopter or whatever aircraft of your choice. So that was a view at dusk. Let's bring the night up and see what it looks like. Okay, 10 PM local time, and as you can see the lighting has come up quite markedly, and to be honest, nighttime looks pretty impressive. It kind of looks better than dusk, to be honest. This is the lighting at its best, and it looks quite impressive from up here. There you're looking at the threshold of runway 23 in the distance, and the port there, all ready for you to explore. And there's runway 05 threshold, and you can just see at least one of the leading lights flashing away there. And once again, a quick tour of airside at the night time. You can see the lighting on the ramp has really come up, and it all looks pretty impressive. Done a nice job with the lighting. Taxiways are good, signage is good. There really isn't much to complain about really here. Very nice indeed. And here you can see the signage. It's fine, it looks really good. Now here's the runway extension on plinths, and you can see they've even lit down there where the boats are. It's very nice indeed. And lots of things for you to explore on the hills on the other side of the runway there. Okay, so here's a view from the aircraft cockpit. This is what you'll see when you park up on Alpha 6. View from the captain's side. And the view across the first officer's window. So there was a quick view at night time. As you can see, it looks great. I really like the way it looks at night time. Let's bring the dawn up, and if I'm in the right position, the sun should come up behind me. Let's have a look. Okay, 10 to 6 in the morning, and the sun's come up behind me. Here you can see the really nice red glow as the sun begins to come up and shine on the buildings and the landscape. I mean, it looks really good, particularly the terrain down here reacts really well to this kind of light. There, looking towards runway 23 threshold and the port in the distance, and runway 05 there. and the sun rises across the ocean to the east. Okay, 7:45 in the morning, a little bit later now, and time to wrap up the review and give you my thoughts. What do I like about it? Firstly, I like the fact that it's been discounted. At the moment you're looking at quite a significant discount. The Simmarket price, roughly £20 or just under £21 UK or just under $27 US. If you get it from INIBUILDS, at the moment you're looking at just £12.90, which equates to about €15, or around about sort of $17, something like that. I mean, it's quite a significant discount. Is it the best scenery? It probably is. It's heavy on the frames, certainly on my computer. I've sort of got pretty much everything turned on so that you can see. But it works. So I have flown in here. It does work. It's fluid enough to fly in here with the likes of the PMDG 737 and Phoenix. It works pretty well. No water fixes to worry about, and the way it's been modelled is top notch. It's as good as any version I've seen of this airport, and it's pretty realistic. I really don't have too much bad to say about it. Just really, perhaps the developer could work on maybe optimizing it a bit. Be nice to see a few more people landside getting out of taxis or stuff like that, and maybe a few people airside. During this video I will show you as well, in a minute I'll show you the GSX working so you can see the stairwell things. And yeah, but I like it. I like the price. I also like the fact that it's discounted. There's also, I believe, if you get it from Simmarket, there are discounts available to people who use the P3D version of this. But it's a nice scenery, well modelled, not much to complain about. Everything is there. I'll leave you to find Ronaldo's bust. But everything you need flying in and out of here is there. All the nav aids are accurate, the markings are correct. And visually it's a nice piece of work, and you've got also so much else to look at and to explore down here at the port, and of course on the hills as well. So if you're man enough to try this 05 approach here, this could be a lot of fun. I like it a lot. It's really nice. So there you are, folks. It's Funchal Madeira International Airport, Cristiano Ronaldo Airport in Portugal, on the island of Madeira. Lima Papa Mike Alpha. Payware scenery by Atelic. That's ATELIC. Currently this is version 1, the release version for flights in 2020. Download comes in at 1.6 gig and it installs at just over 4 gig. It's available from both Simmarket and the INIBUILDS Store. The main Simmarket price currently €24.78, which equates to $26.85 US or £20.85 UK. Those prices are taken, estimates, they're taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%. Those taxes could vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. As I said, as of today, November the 14th, for the moment this product is on sale at both Simmarket and INIBUILDS. It's quite a significant discount really, so you might want to head over to one of those two and decide whether you want to get that. Also, please note the default Madeira in the Asobo scenery must be disabled or deleted. And also if you have the vessels scenery for this area, that needs to be removed as well. So a really impressive scenery from, I think it's the first one from this developer, not seen any others. Yep, highly recommended, very nice, especially at the price it's available now. It's well worth it. So there you are, folks. Thank you for joining me. Once again, my sincere apologies for being out for a month practically due to illness. As you can hear in my voice, I'm still kind of recovering there, but I'm a lot better. Plenty of tea and coffee and drinks. And yeah, I get this video out tonight and I hope to start releasing some more. It may not be 2 or 3 each week as I recover. Hopefully it'll get quicker and it'll improve. Got plenty of sceneries to look at to come, and we'll get to that. So once again, thank you to my subscribers and you viewers for staying with me despite me not being about for a while. And once again, thank you to all those people who've messaged me privately and giving me good wishes. That's really, really nice. So my name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. saying bye for now, and I will see you in the next video. You guys take care, safe flying, and see you again soon. Bye bye for now.